Hi guys, today I'm gonna do another random book haul. So I have a random array of books here that I just want to show you today. A couple of new releases, a gift, and obviously, as always, I have a little stack of used books. So let's just get into it. I just quickly want to talk about the gift that I got because it's a German book, so I don't want to waste too much time on it. But it's called Plötzlich Banshee by Nina McKay. So the title would be translated to Suddenly Banshee. And it is a YA fantasy slash paranormal, I think. I'm so excited because this was gifted to me by someone who knows that I like to read and who knows a little bit about like the kind of general media I consume, but it's not a person who knows me like super well or who would know my reading taste super well. So that they gave this to me makes me incredibly happy because it does sound like something I would enjoy, but it's nothing I would have picked up. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this on my TBR. So then I finally treated myself to a physical copy of Never Never by Brianna Schromm. This is my favorite book of 2015. I just did my revisiting old favorites on it, and this is sadly only available in paperback. I would have loved to get a hardcover of it, but that's also the reason why it took me so long to get a physical copy, because this paperback was always around like 17 euro and I just did not want to pay that price. So when I saw, I think it was like 10 or 11, when I saw that it was on sale, I immediately bought it. Now I finally have a physical copy. That means that the reread I've been planning to do this year anyway is getting closer, and I'm just really excited to finally have this on my shelf. Then I have two new releases. The first one is Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh. This already came out at the end of January, and this is one of my most anticipated releases of the year. This is a YA fantasy, and it's about a girl who does like necromancy, and she is bi, and I think there's a female-female romance in there, so I'm incredibly excited, and this completely throws off my like lighting and everything. But yeah, really excited about this one. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. I wish you could feel this because it has like it's special. It's a special one. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, and I think it's such a cool cover. And then I have The Queen's Rising by Rebecca Ross. I just recently read this and really loved it. Gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. And I also saw that this was like super cheap. This was like 9 euro for a hardcover, so I was like, I'm gonna pre-order this because I really loved it, and I do want to have physical copies of all of the books that I love. Sometimes it obviously takes me a little bit longer than for others, but as I said, because this was so cheap, I bought it. I think the cover for this is really gorgeous because of all the little details around it. It has deckled edges. I am fucking crying. And I also think this map is really pretty. The book is just a gorgeous thing overall. The story in it is great. The cover is great. Everything about it is great. I love it. I'm so happy that I have a physical copy. And now I'm gonna talk about the used books that I got. As always, it's a completely random pile because I just get whatever is currently available. And I'm just gonna start with the book that was the reason that I made this purchase. I always kind of say this. Most of the time, like in 90% of the times, the used book buying happens because of like one book that is available that maybe was never available before, or that I'm just really excited about in that very moment, that I've been waiting for a long time, whatever. There's always a special circumstance, and then this one book is what makes me buy a couple of them. And this book was Pivot Point by Casey West. This is the first book in a YA duology, and the funny thing about this is that I have been wanting to read this book for so long that I've completely forgotten what it is about. And I know that I was incredibly excited about this initially because of the plot, but at this point I don't remember what the plot is about. I'm pretty sure this is a YA sci-fi, maybe even dystopian book. I don't know. I just know that this has been on my wishlist for absolutely ever. When I saw it, I just know I needed it, and I'm just really excited to finally read this. It's about damn time. Then I have two books that were also kind of a reason why I made this purchase, because I just want to like get this series on my shelf, and that is, I don't know which is the first one. Does it say? No. Well, I have Storm Glass and Sea Glass by Maria V. Snyder. This is the continuation to the Study trilogy. So these are the 4th and 5th book in the Chronicles of Ixia and the 1st and 2nd book in the Glass trilogy. I think I got that right. And I have not yet finished Fire Study, but I definitely plan on doing so soon, so I thought I already stack up on these books. It's probably gonna take me a couple of months until I actually start this series, but I thought might as well already have them on my shelf. I didn't really care about the cover, but these are actually matching with my copy of Fire Study, which is interesting because that's not actually the set I was looking for, but I still somehow now have matching books, so I guess that's cool. Then I have a Blue Screen by Dan Wells. This is a YA dystopian book, and I think this is the first in a trilogy, and I actually think the last book just came out or is coming out soon. This is about a world that does not seem that far from our reality, and it's where everybody kind of has this chip in their head and they are like constantly online, and I think there's no real privacy because of that. So that's a concept that I just find really, really intriguing, and I haven't really read much dystopian in the past couple of months or years, but it's always been a genre that I really enjoyed, and I definitely need to get back to it. Kind of dystopian got a little bit of a bad name because of some of the shitty things out there, but like it's still a pretty great genre that I think will always have a future, and I definitely want to just pick up more dystopian again, so maybe this will be the next, probably not, I mean, what am I saying? And then I have Lexicon by Max Berry. This is another book that I have been wanting to pick up for a really long time, so this is also another one that I couldn't really tell you the synopsis of just because it's been so long. I think this is a thriller. I'm not sure if it's YA, but it's definitely a thriller, and it has to do with words. I guess the title kind of says it, but I think like words just have a lot of power in this world. I think it kind of revolves around that. I just know that I think the initial concept really intrigued me. I mean, certainly it wasn't the cover that intrigued me about this, although I do know different covers that look prettier than this. And this actually is a cool cover though, because, well, yeah, you can kind of see that the eye is made of words, like there's written text in different colors, and that's what makes the picture of the eye. But then on the back, you probably, I would not know how to make you show this, but there's also a lot of like writing on the back. It's like the same color as the back, it's just that you can feel it, and that's why it kind of reflects. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, it looks a little bit like boring and maybe not nice, but if you actually look closely at it, it looks really cool. So I really appreciate that, but just in general, I'm excited about this one because words and stuff. I think it's always cool to kind of read books about like words and the power of words, even if it's in a thriller or in a kind of dystopian society. I don't know why, I find that really cool. And finally, I have The Grace Keepers by Kirsty Logan. Now this has this beautiful sticker on here that I just tried to get off, but it takes too long, and I don't know much about this, but I'm pretty sure this has a female romance in it. So like this is, I think, one of the OGs. This is one of the books that I first put onto my wish list like years ago when I was like, I think I want to read more female romance. That was one of the books that I put on my wish list then, and then I haven't really thought about it for a long time. I actually at first thought this cover was kind of annoying when I saw it online, because there's like this other cover that looks like calm and like just, I don't know, I really like the colors of it. But now that I'm seeing it in real life, I actually really enjoy it. I think it looks really cool and I like the colors. So yeah, another one I'm excited about. Nothing I will probably pick up in the next month or so, but something I'm just excited to have on my TBR. And these are all the books that I got in the last couple of weeks. Honestly, it's not a big stack, but it's still more. But it's still more than I thought it was. So I don't know how to feel about that. My physical TBR is not going to places that I want it to go. At the same time, I'm not mad about it, because I just kind of buy these books because they are available in the moment, and I'm not like, I'm buying this to read it right now. I'm just buying it because it's available cheap. Anyway, let me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, or if there's any in here that you might be excited about as well. And thank you so much for watching. I'll get to see you soon. Bye!